Hey everybody, another week, another video. And if you watched last week's videos, you might recognize some of the stuff that you see here sitting in front of you. What we're going to do today is work on decorating up some of the things that were sent to me for the Ukrainian journals. What I did last week was I sat down and took some time to organize everything that I've received and categorize it by pockets and tucks, tags, journal cards, miscellaneous, that kind of thing. Not everything is in here right at the moment because I wanted to recreate some more of that for you. So it's not in the bin right now because I just finished filming that video. And I'm waiting for some things and stuff to dry. And then I can take my pictures and all that for the thumbnail for YouTube, but that's not anything you guys care about. Anyway, so not quite everything is in that bin, but it will be soon. And then that video that I just filmed where I was recreating some of the ephemera, that will be airing a little bit down the road. I'm not quite sure when, but I needed to get that done before I could do the video that actually goes up tomorrow this week. So anyway, it's kind of this long trickle down effect, you know, kind of like dominoes that are all falling in a row. So what we're working on today is decorating up using some of the items that came in the donations, and some things need to be decorated and some things are for decorating with. Okay, so that's what we're going to work on today, because after I sorted through everything, I definitely need some more pockets and that kind of thing. And then hopefully Friday, in this week's video on Friday, we can work on placing those in the journals. However, it depends on two things. First, how long is this video going to go? Secondly, I still need to sew all my 10 journals together. That's going to take me a little bit of time. So I'm going to be working on that this week, and I want them sewn together before I put things in the journals. I just work better that way. Some journal artists like to decorate all the pages before they sew them together. I don't, because I find that everything just falls out. So that's my plan for the week, and I'm sticking with it. This is also a good time to remind you that if you have been watching along consistently on Wednesdays, that I now also have a Friday upload. I started that end of August, 1st of September, so we've been doing that for about a month, so that's really fun. It also gives me a chance to have some continuity between videos. That way, if I need to roll into another one, you don't have to wait a whole week to see the next part of it. So that's been really good. So without further ado, pretty please get all your stuff together if you're wanting to craft along, or go get yourself comfy if you're just watching, and then we will meet right back here at the craft table right after the intro. Okay, so put this up here. There's our muse, and then get into frame so we can see what we're doing. And I really liked the simplicity of how she just did this. And then she has her tag here. And I don't have any stamps out, but we'll adapt. We will adapt. So we have a big strip here, a smaller one here, and a band across. And we also have a band here, and I think it would be really cool to use these stamped flowers from Izzy to do the bands. So that part we know. So let's find some paper that will go with the purple. Let's see. I thought I was prepared. I apologize. Ooh, this is a nice scrap. It'd be really cool to use for writing lines, wouldn't it? Nice writing lines on the back. Does that go? I don't know. Let's do, which one was it? One of these had writing on the back, so it isn't good for using for tags, but it is good for using for backgrounds. Does that go together? Maybe that one, maybe this one. I really don't have anything purpley. That's disappointing, isn't it? But I do kind of like this. Okay, so let me measure off what I want for the tag, which we want it to be right about there. You might hear a little bit of hammering noise in the background. I don't think it's too obnoxious. My neighbor is building a new patio cover for their patio. Okay, so that fits in there good. So that means I can play with the rest of this. Perfect. I do rather think that this color, this grayish color, picks up this purple color. Okay, but I still wanted something in the background. I don't think it's going to be that one. I think it might be this one instead. And I don't want to hunt all over creation for a scrap of purple. Seems counterproductive to our goals. Okay, we'll just steal. We'll make this happen. We'll make it work. Oh, you know what I could do? Oh, hold it. We could use these, the little tags here. There's that one, and there's this one. These can be this piece right there. Okay, nice. Okay, black and purple is very classy together. So let's start by, I'm probably just going to tear all this, truthfully, because it's a little more expedient. I'm going to get out my tear ruler. There's that strip. Okay. That works, doesn't it? Okay, there's that strip. And then I'm going to have, this needs something else under there. I might go a different route with that one. Let's do this and this. And then I'm going to use the trimmer on here. Well, I mean, I could just do that. I wish I had out my decorative edge scissors. That would have been perfect for this too. I might go grab those. Not might, I'm gonna grab them. I almost always have my decal edged out. And then I'm grabbing the ripple, which I like. This one is called Seagull, because I like the little big and little scallop. There's this Victorian edge and postage stamp. So postage stamp is one I have out a lot too. So I will link down below in the description box where you can go on Amazon if you're looking for decorative edge scissors, and they are pretty reasonably priced. So, okay, so I do like this idea. And then we were going to, I wanted this. Now, this particular pair of scissors I used to use all the time when I was scrapbooking for making my decorative edges around my pictures and things. And I don't use them as much in my junk journaling, but they are a favorite. So yeah, check out the links below, and then you can, if you're looking for some decorative edge scissors, you can find some. If you follow the link, I am an Amazon affiliate, and I will get a very small commission for the sale if you choose to buy through one of my links. And if you don't really like what I'm showing you, but you continue to shop around, it will also still give me a commission if they're part of the partnership program. I like this. What I don't like is that this is a straight edge. So I'm going to just use my decal edge scissors and make that a little more uneven, only because tearing is kind of hard when you have these tiny little edges that you're trying to rip off. Okay, and then the other thing I want to do is use one of Celeste's beautiful cutout butterflies that she sent. And Celeste has a shop, as you know. So she had it on vacation for a little bit because she was trying to take a little break and do some catching up on orders and stuff. But she is back. So you all run over there and check that out. And I think I'd rather do the butterfly instead of the button here, because I just think that would look pretty. Also, I don't have my buttons out. So there's that. Let's see, we could do this one. Or this one's a little more blue. I like that that's purple. So maybe to get the contrast, we just want to go with the darker purple, so the lighter purple butterfly. Okay, I like that. Yay. And then on this one, I want to use Izzy's butterfly. What do I do with my scissors? They're there. I'm trying to hurry because you know you just run out of time so fast when you're doing these videos. You don't want to mess around. This is really neat paper. Is this watercolor paper or some kind of really nice stationery that you found? Because this is really nice. Oh look, now I have a little decorative strip to do something else with. Love that paper. It's nice and thick. Okay, but I don't love that. Okay, you're gonna move along, and maybe what I could do, I wonder, is that too big? That one's too big. Let's try this. But this is kind of like not at all like what she just did. But or should I just put the butterfly on the tag? Would that work? Speak up, guys. I can't hear you. Okay, so I'm looking at this banner and then looking at this here. So this is like this, kind of following that design, and then this is following this design, sort of. Very loosely a loose interpretation of that design. I like it though. I like where we're going with this. Is that conceited to say? I like my own design. Of course I do. You know what I don't like? I'm not gonna want that in there because what I'm realizing, put a tag in there. Is that one too small? And, ooh, wow. That one's almost exactly right. Well, this one's just slightly small, but I think the other one's slightly big. I can't really trim it because then I lose her cool design. Hold on. It is perfect, perfect fit. So what I'm wanting to do is run this down the side. Yep. Okay, I better start gluing. Better start gluing things before I confuse myself, which has been known to happen. And so what have you guys been doing lately? We had, on Sunday, we had we used to have the kids over for dinner every Sunday, every week. And then, of course, last year when we did the remodel, we kind of got out of that habit, and then we just never really resurrected it much. Plus, I was just really tired. I don't know. Sometimes on Sunday, you just wanna relax. So, you know, obviously holidays, birthdays, that kind of thing, but we hadn't been doing regular weekly Sunday dinner, and we've decided now we're just gonna go with once a month instead of every week. So my oldest daughter and her husband are in Washington, but my younger daughter and her husband still live here. And then now my niece lives here, and her fiance, they're getting married here at the end of October. Woohoo! So we have them over now, and you know, with everybody's schedules and all that they have going on, it's just easier to do a monthly get together, and we still catch up, you know, but it's easier to do that than a weekly. And so we had our monthly get together on Sunday, and we made homemade pizzas. So last year for Father's Day, my kids and I went in on a, if you're familiar with pizza ovens, we went in on an uni. And so we just haven't had much opportunity to play around with that and to really create pizza. So this is probably the second or third time that we've tried it. So we had pizza night. And then last night, Monday night, we had our small group at church got together. Oh, wait, these are, uh-oh. Oh, oops. Well, you know, it'll just be pretty on the back. I didn't realize those were embossed. What? Ooh, I gotta turn all these guys over so they're going the right way. No, they're not. What? Yes. No, yes. It looks like they're embossed. Celeste, help me out here. These do. Those look like they've been punched. I mean, it really does look like it's been embossed. I guess it just depends on if the little pieces came out or not. Okay, as long as I'm not making, see, like this one does too. So I just want to make sure my tags are going the right way before I decorate them. So this has kind of an embossed looking pattern around the edge, and I didn't realize that. So I've decorated the back. It's okay, we'll be all right. Life will go on. But now that I'm aware of that, I want to make sure I get them right side up. Okay, so back to the story. Small group, last night we had a little get-together dinner. So that was fun too. We had, we're kind of celebrating one lady's birthday, and then Tom just got off the leadership board at church and doing that. He's been like 11 out of the last 12 years. He's been on leadership board, and they're 4-year terms. You're supposed to have a break in there, and then just the way things happened and COVID and a bunch of other stuff, he ended up serving 11 out of 12 years. So he's like, I think I need a break. So they were celebrating him being off the board, and then one of the other gals, her birthday. What I really like about our church when we started going there, if any of you are into church life, church politics, you know, a lot of times churches are governed by a board of elders, and then you have under that, the elders help make decisions and guide the church, and then there are deacons that help do more of the service type things in the church. So one is more governing and teaching, and the other one is service oriented. Well, when we started going downtown to First Baptist, they did a model, which is a leadership board, and it's comprised of men and women. And I'd grown up in a tradition where it was always just only men lead the church. So it was really surprising and just seemed so progressive to me that they had women on the leadership board, and they have had a lot of really great women on there. So that's how they do it, I guess. Maybe that's how they do it in all the American Baptist Association. I don't know. I grew up non-denominational. I didn't have a denomination until we started going downtown. Oh, look at this, guys. So yeah, anyway, I did like that they do both, men and women, and it's a leadership board, not elders. So that was just something that I had to learn and get used to. But anyway, so Tom is cycling off of that. And I don't want that line right here, at least not on this. I'm going to make this square is going to be this paper. I'm just going to tear. Yeah, so anyway, he's getting off of that, but I do appreciate that they use that model. And then what else? Okay, yeah, so we were having dinner last night with our small group, and then tonight, since I'm filming and editing, we will have leftover pizza for dinner. Sounds like a win-win to me. Okay. Okay, there's that. What else? I want to see what else Miss Izzy sent me, because I think I would like a flower, and I think I would like to cut this with my cutter over here so the edges are straight. Err on the side of caution. Better safe than sorry. Oh wow, that makes a really nice edge. Even with the blade, it's like it's a torn edge kind of. See that? Isn't that cool? Okay, so now I'm going to try to cut it with the blade and get that edge on all four sides. Wish me luck. It's almost like a handmade paper, and it's so soft. This is cool paper. But I can guarantee if I tried to actually tear it, it would turn out terrible. So I like how the cutter is giving it the fuzzy edge. That is really cool. Look at. Okay, so this is like not at all like that, but it's my interpretation. Okay, let's see. This is slightly not square, so I kind of want the big. Look at that. Oh, so cool. Okay, yeah, so anyway, I'm just rambling on here about dinners and had a fun time last night. We had potato soup. I brought some rolls. I brought all the paper products because we have tons from all the weddings and everything else. Graduations, weddings, celebrations. So yeah, been a nice busy weekend. So I hope you all have had a good weekend and are enjoying the start of your fall weather. Look at that. That's going to turn out really pretty. Now, I don't know. I may decide to add a word. I don't know yet. But I do like what we've got here. And I do want a pull tab thing. I don't know that any of these are the right shade. I'm kind of thinking like a thin ribbon, but I don't have anything. Don't have that right here. Nope, don't have it. Okay, so there's that one. So the sack tag, and then over here, I was going with kind of imitating the, I think I still want to do this. I was going with imitating the tag to be on the banner. And I think I really just want to tear everything, so let's do this. Here we go. I guess since I'm just going to run this underneath, there's a straight edge. And here's this. I want this on this side, I think. Wow, that is a perfect fit. You know what I do want under here? I want to stamp on it with a script stamp. I just got these new Tim Holtz stamps that I've been coveting for ages. So I got them on Amazon. If you want, I can put the link for that down below too. I like that they're a little more flexible than my big wood stamp, and they're bigger. You know, they just kind of cover an area a little bit differently, so that's nice. And also I can see better where I'm stamping. Okay, so we're gonna take that off of there. I'm gonna bring over our glue book stamp page using the black VersaFine ink. I'll just put all the links for everything below. Let's try that. That's not the prettiest stamping on the planet, but it'll do. What I think I do want. Okay. Now I see where I need to do something else. Let's do here. Here. It's like the writing overlaps on here. So it's kind of going all different directions. There we go. What else was I going to talk to you guys about? Oh, Kathleen weathered the storm, and God kept her safe, and she was not out of power, which was amazing. And our other friends actually down there suffered very minor issues, not even really damage. Our one friend, he lost his back fence, so he's gonna have to go down there and put that back when he gets back home. He's up here taking care of his folks for a bit because they are getting older, and he's just up here checking on them. They have 4 boys, and Nick is number 2 or number 3? He's number 2. But he's the one coming up from Florida to take care of Mom and Dad and look after them. I wish I had done that in purple ink now, but anyway. But also I have the black here. I guess it's okay. So yeah, he completely missed Hurricane Ian because he was up here for a couple of weeks before the hurricane came through, but his family's down there still. His wife and boys. And then our other friends, I think, I'm not even sure anything really happened except maybe a little bit of water in the street. That might have been it. And they work with Campus Crusade. So they're down in the Orlando area. Like I said, they all grew up here, wound up down in Orlando. In fact, my husband reminded me we actually have a 3rd family we know that also migrated down to Florida that grew up in this area. At least he did. He went to school with Tom in high school, which I didn't realize, but he did. And they relocated down to Florida a few years ago. So 3 Boise families relocating to Orlando. What does that mean? They've all been down there a long time. Decades. There we go. Yay! Okay, so we got that one done, and that took like all of our time. How long did that take me? Oh, am I even recording? Here's that terrifying moment when you suddenly realize you weren't recording, or am I recording? I'm recording. Okay, good. But anyway, that took me a long time. Too long. Okay, so that's going to be an embellishment on a page. I'd like to pull out some washi tape or some thin lace, so when I put it in the book, I'll put that across the top. Now, next, boy, I'm getting a mess. Here's what happens when you create. You make messes. Then you have to clean them up. Now I can put this back because I had it out. So thank you, Sandy, for the inspiration for that. These are these really cute birdhouses. Bird baths. Let's see if there is one that will work on here. I'm seeing the white. Ooh, that's pretty. But it needs something else. I don't think that's the right shade. Needs something else under there to make it stand out. So Marnell sent me a couple of these really pretty doilies. I don't think that matches either. Nope, not the right shade of blue. You know, there's red here. There's the blue. Here's our little... It's meant to go in this way though, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. I could do that. See, there's a little bit of red in the tab. Okay. Yep. Okay, I'm doing it. I mean, it's super simple, but it works, right? It's fun when you just get the stuff out and let your imagination go without any real preconceived ideas of what you want to do. But on the other hand, sometimes you can sit there and stare at everything forever and just be stuck. I guess it just depends. Depends on the day and the frame of mind and energy level. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm distracted or have a lot of things going on, I don't have creative energy. So I kind of have to be really relaxed and really unfettered in my mind. Because I mean, the crafting is therapy, but sometimes I find it hard to focus if I'm distracted by a lot of other stuff. Or if I feel like I'm being rushed. I hope I'm in screen. Trying to be. Okay, let's put that. Oh, wow, I like that striking with the blue and red. And have I mentioned that I have a red, or you know, a couple journals with some red in them? You know I have. What else was I going to talk about? I thought I had all kinds of things. Why don't you guys tell me something? Tell me something interesting down below. Tell me what your plans are for fall. We're going to Vancouver, Washington in a couple weeks to visit my older daughter and her husband because it's time. We just need to do that. And so that's, you know, I want to get these all taken care of and have them delivered before we get to that point. I kind of like that. What do you guys think? I really like that. I need that glue to dry though. And then there's a little birdie. He's waiting to get in the bath. That's really cute. Okay, where am I going to set that so it doesn't, it needs to dry. So I did that one. Where's my other two? Let's put you guys all together. The more I look at this, the more I like it. Yeah, okay. Let's see. So these were the ones that I thought I would Mod Podge is the thing. And I wanted to put something on these cards. Okay, so I have 10 journals. Yeah, I really did want to... These would be cool though, with some birdhouses and butterflies, right? Mod Podge. Probably Mod Podge. Okay, so that leaves me with 1, 2, inventory. These are just the cutest. And a card. And then I still have all these too. Oh boy, all of a sudden. I hate running out of time. I hate it when I have to put up my toys and go home. Oh golly. Okay, so there's bigger butterflies here. Now I'm making a mess. Look at that. And, oh, and we have the red on here. Oh, back here. Punch. Yeah, I got out all my punches, not really knowing what I might need. It's not punching. Watch out. Oh, now it's stuck. Don't do that. Come on, don't be that way. Okay. Let's punch. It's Paper Studio Punch. Punch didn't like us. But I thought this would look kind of like a little seal. I'm going to trim off the fuzzies where it didn't punch cleanly. Okay, good enough. Maybe that's too much. I thought that might look really cool on there somewhere. Nope, okay. At least we tried. So on here, let's figure out, oh, and I have this little guy too. I like that burgundy. So many choices. Ooh, that one's pretty too. I think I want one on the gold, one on an inventory tag, a butterfly there. I'm just going to keep moving stuff around. I might have to pause the video while I figure this out. Hang on. Well, good news. I figured some stuff out. Bad news, it's not as much as I wish it was. But it's good that I took some time to do the rest of this figuring out off camera because it did take me a while. So what I've got here is basically what I figured out. We'll just go ahead and glue it together. I really love this color on this doily from Marnell, and it goes very nicely with some of these die cut pieces from Celeste. So that worked out really well. So let me get to gluing. I don't know if I'm going to do much distress edging. I did a little bit on this, I already did it. But the rest, I just kind of feel like doesn't really need it. Maybe this one might, but I don't think I would do it in the color that I have here on the table. So let's start with the easy one first. So this is a cigarette card or cigar card. And that was also from Marnell. You know what that needs? It needs to be sewn. I'm going to glue this together and then I will sew it before I glue it to the actual envelope here. Gosh, wish I'd thought of that 10 minutes ago when before I turned the camera on. That's all right. At least I did think of it. So if I just kind of anchor all that together, there we go. Then I can kind of attach all these pieces, and then I'll go back and just sew down this one edge right here, just right along the edge. And then when I put it on, it'll look like that. Won't that be nice? Yes, yes it will. Thanks guys, I agree. Okay, so there's that one, and then this one. So this one I used one of Izzy's doilies, and which is very handy, thank you. Nice to have the coffee dyed pieces so that they're already done up and you can play with them. Then I have this piece of scrapbook paper from my stash that's going behind, and then I'm going to glue this guy here. And then I have this little label I punched out of my scrapbook papers, and I was thinking it might go down there. So let me do the first part of this gluing. Now what I like to do when I'm trying to glue, in fact I might need to scoot this over, but what I like to do when I'm trying to glue on doilies and stuff, is I put a crease right here so I know where to glue to, and then once it's glued down I go back and trim this part off. What my issue right now is that it's just slightly wider than the envelope, so I want to back that up to where it's not slightly wider. There we go, that's just about even. Okay, so I'm not going to glue the back side, but it does give me something to hold on to, and I'm going to glue up to that crease. Okay, so there's that. And now, just come along here and trim. Yeah, so I'm sad I didn't get to the Mod Podging, doing the decoupage, and didn't get to all of the tags from Celeste, but there are a lot of fun die cuts there to play with, so I tried to use some of all of them here. And there were 3 sizes of butterflies, so gave me lots of choices. Uh-oh, now see what I did? Oh, doggone it. Instead of paying attention, this is supposed to go back behind there, but now I guess it's gonna go over the doily. I mean, it'll probably still look okay. If I put my label up here and my bird bath over here, okay, it will still look okay. That was the problem with getting so excited about gluing down the doily. I'm going to take that off of there. I'm going to just lift this up gently and glue this side. It's one thing about art glitter glue, you don't get a second chance. There we go. I'm going to do this side. Would have liked for the doily to overlap the scrap, but that's okay. It's okay. That's the beauty of junk journals. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you just roll with the mistakes. If you can't fix it, you just live with it, and it's fine, because it's not supposed to be perfect. It's just supposed to be very eclectic. Okay, so I'm going to glue that so it goes over this little corner here. Okay, I like this burgundy. This is a lovely shade. Hopefully everybody looks semi-straight. Okay, all right, I can live with that. Very sticky. That's gonna have to dry now. Okay, so there's that, there's that. Let's see, yeah, I'll do this one next. Oops, it's getting stuck. So obviously I will glue these to the doily before I glue it down. I like that there's a line right here so it anchors the bird bath. So all of this stuff is gonna go like this, and what I need to do is ink these. I spent a silly amount of time looking for the right shade of book page to put back there. Isn't that ridiculous? Silly, silly. There's that. Now I have to ink about half of that. I'd already inked the doily and the bird bath, but didn't do the rest of it. Okay, so let me get all that repositioned again. And this is just a circle I punched with one of those many punches I pulled out and hardly used, so now they're back in the drawer where they belong. Let's see, my table's getting crowded. You know, you get all the stuff out to make things, but then you have to clean it up later. Okay, I like the curve of this bird bath and the curve right there. I like them being kind of repetitive, you know? Okay, so that's how I want it. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to anchor. Just anchor right there. And then the other thing I wanted to do, I'm going to lay this here for a sec. So Celeste had this bird. At first I was thinking I wanted the silhouette of the bird, but now I think I just want the silhouette of the branch, the flowers. So that's what I was thinking, just kind of coming up and yeah. Okay, so let's get this bird bath glued down. Suddenly it wants to move all over the place, which I really don't appreciate. Sorry, I'm quiet. I don't really have anything exciting to talk about. And I'm focusing on my gluing. Okay. Be straight. Yeah, straight, straight. Nice. Okay. And then, because I accidentally put glue back there, I'm getting glue everywhere. Don't need that. Look, Marnell inked the back. Wasn't that nice? Thanks, Marnell. And, okay, so now Let's trim this first because otherwise it's going to be visually confusing. There we go. Something's dinging. Is that my phone or is that my laptop? Laptop's turned off. Hate it when it does that. Okay. Yeah, I like that you can see it over the pink. It overlaps the pink. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go back and continue to decorate the tags that Celeste sent and add some of these die cuts to those and then work on these other pieces that I didn't get done. So there we go. Maybe there's not enough contrast. I don't know, but I like it. So we're sticking with it. But I am going to ink that really fast because I did ink all these pieces. So this little birdie just needs a little bit on his edge. There we go. Just needs to stand out a bit. I was very delicate around the birds, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, butterfly guy. Now this one's tricky. It has a lot of layers. Maybe I'll do this one first. Chicken. Okay, so what I want first is to put that right there because I know that's where it's going to go. Then I want to do the same thing, just kind of glue where everyone's going to connect. And then I added this piece of music down here. So how am I going to glue you? There we go. Ooh, I just got dizzy. That was weird. Must be all the excitement. Okay, so now I do want to tack down the edges of the butterfly. That's where this fine tip nozzle is so nice. I mean, I could let it just pop up, but truly I just think things like that get stuck as you pull them in and out of the journal. So it's just better to have it be flat. Okay. I looked in my drawer earlier as I was getting out my wet wipes for this project, and I'm almost out of wet wipes. Plus, what was in there was drier than dry, and I add distilled water to it from time to time. I have distilled water for the iron in a jug, so I do tend to make sure it stays wet. Yeah, that is definitely my laptop. Stop making that noise. There's a texting flurry going on between my kids who like to get in these texting jags and then our small group. Sometimes one group or the other will be just going crazy with texts for a while, and it's usually when I'm filming or trying to edit. Which is why I enable do not disturb. But most of the time I have the sound off on my phone when I'm just, you know, going around day to day. Okay. It's kind of plain, but I like it. I was trying to find a label to put down here. I just don't have the right thing right now. Unless, maybe. I had one I kept trying to use on the library pocket, and it wouldn't work. That would work, wouldn't it? That look okay? I don't know. I gotta think about that. I'm not 100% sold on it, but I'm not against it either. Okay, and last but not least, okay, now this one's gonna take some careful gluing. Okay, so let's start with first this little scrap of doily here. And I want want the curve of that doily to come right up into the curve of this corner. Okay, nice. Trim off that little piece. This is probably my children texting. My daughter, oh my gosh, you know, my husband types pretty fast, but I swear, my daughter, she must type like 200 words a minute. I don't know. She goes really fast. It's crazy. And there she goes. You can tell by the speed of her texts. She's supposed to be working right now, not texting her parents. So, you know, we're going to go see them in October, so she's been arranging some stuff. And then my husband is going to turn 60 this year. I don't know. I don't know if I have the energy to do a party. If I do, it'll be small. I don't think we did anything. Well, I know I didn't do anything for my 50th because Katie had graduated. Not graduated, sorry. Katie got married that year. And we had sent Camille to Germany as an exchange student for a few weeks. And then we were getting ready to host exchange students in return. It was like a cooperative exchange. It's through GAP, German American Partnership Program, GAPP. And so they take turns. It's usually through two corresponding schools, and they take turns hosting each other. So the family that she stayed with, then we hosted their daughter in return. So it was a busy year. So I was like, I have done so, I can't, there's something else I'm forgetting. There was a bunch of stuff happening, and my friend, she asked me, are you going to have a 50th birthday? I'm like, no. I think I've celebrated enough. So I didn't do a 50th. I don't think we did for Tom because he just didn't want a big thing. Yeah, maybe I should get my act together. Now what I can't tell is if that pops enough. The bird, since you can see the bird, your eye kind of carries down here. This is what took me forever, was trying to figure out an arrangement that was, I knew I wanted the shade of the bird, and I just needed to figure out how to see it really well, you know, what to put behind it so that it would show up. Okay, now let's see. I haven't glued you guys together yet. Gotta make sure you're straight. And I'm going to want you like, hear all that dinging? It's gonna drive me batty. I want, there, okay. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm a person who just really doesn't like to be disturbed when I'm in the middle of stuff. Like, just let me finish. Sadly, most of life is not like that. There we go. I do best when I focus on one thing at a time, but I had to get really good when I was working in offices at starting a project, setting it aside, going to the next project, setting that aside, coming back to the first project. And that was okay when I was working for the bank way back, because at least you still had some continuity. You had some time to work on things. You know, if you switched gears and switched to a different project, you actually had time to work on it in the office environment. But when I got to the school, it was constant interruptions. So I really got very, like, my ability to concentrate got really messed up. And I've always said I don't have ADD, but I really developed it during working in the school office, because there's always somebody that needs attention from something, whether it's staff, teachers, students, parents, the phone rings, everything. And so my powers of concentration definitely took a beating, and I'm still not back to where I used to be. It's very sad. Okay. I wonder, would that be okay to put up here? That probably just looks silly. Okay, we got them done. So here is what we have. This is what we're finishing. I'm going to take that off for now. I'm not sold on having that little extra label down there. I will sew down here. I'll take that off so you can have the visual. I will sew it and glue that right there. I know it looks kind of naturey, masculine, but believe it or not, it's going to work out. I may try to find a different one that just goes across this way, or maybe some washi tape. So here we go, and I will bring down the other ones that we worked on. Scooting everybody out of the way. Putting the pin back in the glue. I had to refill my glue bottle too while I was off screen. I've been using the art glitter glue. And if I'm gonna reorder, I better do it soon, because as you know, they don't ship to colder climates in the winter because the glue gets all nasty. It like separates and gets all watery. Okay, that's really cute. I may yet go around this in ink, but I want a softer color like gray or something for that. So that's as far as we got. And as always, the time goes way too fast. Our quote for today, and I don't think I've done this one before, is from a guy named Rumi, R-U-M-I. Let the beauty of what you love be what you do. And that's what we did today. We did what we love and created all kinds of pretty things. All right, guys, and that is it for this video. So until next time, I want you to be inspired, do something creative today, and I will talk to you in the next video on Friday. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.